Hi, my name is Kat, Artifact Librarian, and welcome to a new reading vlog. This is the final week of the Get a Clue readathon. I'm in the middle of two books. I'm still in the middle of my book for the study, but it's for a different vlog I'm kind of doing on the side that I wanted to keep a little bit secret. So I'm not going to talk about that one. The one that I am going to talk about is the book for the library. The prompt for the library was to read a book where the title starts with the same letter as the last book you've read. Um, and if you've watched my previous vlog, you know that it ended with me DNFing to Avenge a Fallen Star. So um, I consider it the last book I've read. There were some people who weren't sure if they should count the last book they finished or the last book that they DNF'd. Like if their last book was a DNF. Um, but I think that a DNF counts. So I went with that. So book that start with the T, which is not a very hard letter, and I had an arc that I needed to read this month because it comes out on March 1st, and that is For Those Who Went Before by Elizabeth Spencer. I'm now 10% in, and I'm really enjoying it. So this is about this girl called Adeka who is the speaker of the dead. So you have like the village that the humans live in, and then it's like a coastal village, and there's like a little island close by that is the island of the dead. Like no living person goes here. The only like living I'm not sure if she's like truly alive or like whether she's like immortal or just I'm not entirely sure about that. But she is there, and she sort of when someone dies, someone from the living rows them in a little boat to this island, and there Adeka welcomes them and guides them to like the next step of their like journey in death. Um, and they're also the chosen ones who are sort of put in a sleep where they don't age, they don't die, because they are prophesied to bring the end of this old era and the beginning of a new era, and so they just sleep until they're needed, basically. And there is this one living person on this island with her, who actually fled because he was blessed by the wood, which there are a lot of spirits that can bless you. But if you're blessed by the wood, that is not good, and people like want to kill you. So he fled and went to the island of the dead, and so he's like the only living person there. But he's hiding because people can know that he's there. But so now it turns out that he is chosen to become one of these people who sleep eternally, and that is the point where I got up to in the story. So yeah, she has like her only friend who's now gonna leave her, because it's a pretty lonely existence. Um, but yeah, I'm really liking it. I'm liking the writing style. I'm liking just the vibe of the world building. It feels like that very classic, like community rituals, um, religion that is just real, like this niche religion that is real, and that is the fantasy element of the story. Like it's not like there's people using magic or like weird creatures or stuff. It's like just a religion thing presented as if it's real, and I really like that in fantasy. um so yeah, I'm really liking it. We also have Adeka who has this great responsibility to be the speaker of that, but she's also just a teenager, or like at least she was when she came there, and I think she still is, and she's just a person who's kind of forced to be perfect, and she's not, and really struggling with that, and I think that is very interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna continue reading a little bit. I hope to be able to give you another update tonight because I hope to get quite a lot of this read tonight because, as I said, it comes out on March 1st. So I want to be able to write my review um, on March 1st at the latest. So yeah, I'm gonna need to finish this. So I'm gonna do some reading of it today. See you later. Hi, it is Friday afternoon, and I am halfway through Those Who Went Before by Elizabeth Spencer, and I am really enjoying this. So already said we were following Adeka, but I don't think I gave you like the full synopsis. I think I told you about like the chosen ones who sleep for a long time until it is their time to bring the end of an old era and the beginning of a new one. And so Adeka's only friend, Michael, is one of these chosen ones. But during the ceremony where he is like put to sleep, he ends up kissing Adeka, thereby forcing her to drink the potion that he just drank, which is what causes sleep. So Adeka also sleeps for 1,000 years. And then she wakes up. The world has obviously changed a lot in those 1,000 years, and she has to navigate that. We're in a steampunk world where the story of her, who is known as the Lady in White, and Michael, who's known as the Hunter, is sort of romanticized. It's very popular. Every child has like, or little girl has like dolls representing her and the Hunter, and everyone knows the story. And the Empress of this world writes plays as propaganda. So it's very much about how media is used for propaganda and how that can cause mob mentality. We see that very much because in this world we have these machines that have sort of gone rogue. They hurt people, they don't stop. Like there's a train that just won't stop and it just keeps going forever and ever and ever. And so they can't really use the train anymore for anything, and that causes economical issues. But the people who Adeka gets to know there, and so who sort of like help her navigate this world, are engineers. And so they're sort of held accountable for the problems with the machines and all the economic and also political issues that come from that. And these plays often depict them as the bad guys, where then the Hunter comes in to save the day and save the Lady in White, who's his beloved. And so they obviously don't like it because they're painted as the bad guys in like literally everything. And this is not at all the relationship between Adeka and Michael. So Adeka doesn't like the plays either. And so they're trying to solve the situation and, you know, make sure that the people know that what this is, and the hatred of the people towards them goes away. All the while Adeka has to keep low profile because people can't know that she is the Lady in White. So yeah, it is very interesting. I'm loving the world. I'm really liking our characters. We have very much like the fish out of water thing. I also like seeing progression in worlds over time. So we obviously have this 1,000-year gap in between that has a lot of like technological advancements that Adeka doesn't really understand. She doesn't know what they are, what they do. So I like seeing that, but also just culturally, the religion has changed a lot, which to Adeka is very weird because she was part of the religion. She was blessed by the spirit of the dead. She was the speaker of the dead, and now just people just don't believe that this is a thing anymore. And so she's like, but I can see the souls of dead people, like they are real. It's not just some superstition or something. But like then people don't believe her because science has evolved past that type of deal. So we have sort of this like science versus religion type element to it. Old religion versus new religion, like more, like nature-based heathen religion versus a more centralized, it feels very Christianity coded religion that is now being used with like saints and stuff like that. So we have that element, which I think is very interesting, and just her trying to save the day and showing that the lady in white doesn't need the hunter to save her and to show that she can be independent. I a couple times have spoken about how I don't always love historical narratives or like feminist in a way, because I feel like they're often very surface level and not very interesting. I don't have the problem with that in here, because when there is just more going on than that, like that is not the primary conflict for Adeka, which makes it a lot more interesting. Like she has other stuff going on in her life other than I want to do this thing, but people won't let me, or society won't let me. And also just because we have this very, like this element of people are just misunderstanding and misrepresenting what happened between her and Michael, and the struggle with that, and her slowly realizing that Michael himself might have had a hand in the way that it is portrayed now, or at least is, even if it didn't cause it to be portrayed this way, he doesn't go against it either, and he runs with it and kind of confirms it, I guess. And I'm really not sure what word I'm looking for, but yeah, he goes along with this representation of the relationship, which is simply not true. And I think that is very interesting, because we get it there. Also because Adeka is like, we never had a romance. That was never the thing here. We had just a friendship and nothing more than that. And the thought of having more than that is not one that Adeka likes a lot. She doesn't want a romantic relationship with Michael. And so she doesn't like that this is how it's portrayed. And the third reason why it doesn't bother me as much is because we have women in the society that are in positions of power, that are in positions of responsibility. The head of engineers is a woman. So like, it's not just, I'm gonna do this thing. No, you can't do that because you are a woman and women don't do that. Oh, I'm gonna do it anyway because I'm not restricted by societal expectations. It's not really that. It is a very specific case, I feel like, and I think that makes it a lot more interesting, where she specifically is put into a box because of this fairy tale that is spun about her.
rather than this general societal expectation that is being applied very black and white without a lot of nuance. I hope I'm making sense here. So yeah, I like that element in it where, and just a nuance of, even in a society where there is an empress in charge, where important figures in society, powerful figures in society, are women, we still have these stories with the damsel in distress that needs to be saved by a man. And I think that that is just a lot of more interesting to me in a feminist way. I feel like I'm over explaining this, but I'm also feeling like I do a bad job at it. So I hope you understand my point. But anyway, yeah, I'm really loving this. I actually hoping to finish the book today because it comes out tomorrow. So it'll be out by the time you see this video. But I hope to finish it today, that I can put my Goodreads review up tomorrow at least, or Sunday at the latest. Um, but yeah, I'm really liking this. Um, I probably, yeah, I probably will extend this vlog because I have been quite busy and therefore haven't been reading a ton this week. And I also know that next week I will be busy and won't get a ton of reading done. So I think I'm gonna make this vlog 2 weeks. Like, I have enough things that I want to put up in order to justify that, and I think that I'm gonna try to have like a standalone review of this one up next Wednesday instead of this vlog, which will be the week after that, which you will already know because by the time you're seeing this, the review for this will be already up a week. So you will have seen that this vlog isn't. Vlogging does weird things with time sometimes, but yeah, this vlog will just be 2 weeks. That is basically what I'm saying. Okay, great. That was all I wanted to say. I'm gonna go back to reading, and I will see you later. Bye. Hi, it's me from the kitchen. I'm making lavender lemonade. Hang on, I can show you. There we go. This is it. This is water, honey, and dried lavender. And then I'm gonna add lemon juice. And a little bit more water. And then that's her lemonade. So while I'm making this and stirring in this, I thought I'd give you an update. So I don't think I told you that I finished Those Who Went Before in the Weekend. I've been a bad vlogger. But I did finish it, and I really enjoyed it. I really like the book thematically. I think it's very interesting. It's like about propaganda and how mass media is used for propaganda and what happens if you're on the wrong side of that and the mob mentality it can create, which I think is very interesting themes. But also, nice family, which I always love. There was also some ecological themes, even though it was like ecological themes without being ecological. So like the environment wasn't really mentioned, but they were talking about like machines and the type of fuel that they use, and that it's probably not good to use, but that the economy kind of depends on it. And so if they say like, hey, maybe we shouldn't use this anymore, people are going to be mad. And they don't want to change because of that. And so that is very like environmentally, I guess. I mean, the parallels are clear, even if the reason that they shouldn't be using this fuel anymore isn't to do with the environment or global warming or anything of that nature. So I thought that was interesting. I really liked it. I liked our main character. I liked the other characters, the found family that we had. And I especially love that our main character, even though there is a found family, if if there is something that she deems important and that she believes in, even if it also kind of harms the people in her found family, then she's going to try to help them find a way around that harm. But she's still going to do the thing that she feels like she needs to do, and I really respect that. So yeah, I really liked it. I also like the feminism in the book. I think it's very nuanced and interesting, because it's not that women can do stuff in this society, or like societal expectations are that women are just staying home with the children and stuff like that. Um, but we have, um, even in a world where people can be engineers, can rule an empire with an empress, can be the head of the engineers, we still have in the stories the lady in white who is sort of portrayed as someone who just exists and sits still and be pretty type of deal. And when Adeka doesn't want to do that, people are surprised that she's not the way they know, even if in the society that is not necessarily a strict norm. And I think that that is a lot more nuanced and a lot more interesting way to do that. So yeah, I really, really liked that element. Sorry that the camera work is terrible. I'm like trying to hold you with one hand while stirring in this thing, um, which is kind of difficult, I realize now. But yeah, I really like that book. I give it 5 stars. I think it's fantastic. The end makes me really excited for the second book, so I'll wait very impatiently, even though there was like an excerpt from the second book in the back. So hopefully we don't have to wait too long. But I have started a new book. I'm reading Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas, book 4 in the Thread of Glass series, and I'm not very far in, but I'm enjoying it. We're back in, I don't know what the English name is of the city because I'm reading it in Dutch, and I highly doubt that the Dutch name is what it is in English, so I'm not entirely sure. So, but in the city where we start out. So, very excited. I'm not very far in, so I don't have much updates. But that's basically what I have to say. So, yeah, I will talk to you when I have more because I need to get this thing on the fire. Bye.
Hello. It is Friday, and I haven't been updating this week because I haven't been reading this week. I've literally not read a single page since Sunday. Like, I'm reading Queen of Shadows, and I am on page 60. It's good that I merged these 2 weeks into one vlog because the vlog for this week would be non-existent. So yeah, I didn't read a thing. Like, not literally not one page because life is so hectic at this moment. Um so yeah. It I have we have done the previous clip was me making the lemonade because we were doing like a baked goods sale and lemonade, I guess, which is not really baked, but you know what I mean. Homemade stuff to fund the play I'm directing. That was really successful, but it takes up a lot of time. Um, like a couple hours per day to just sit there and sell things. So, you know, not much reading has happened, and life has been so hectic that my little apartment thingy, it's not really an apartment, it's smaller, but like, whatever, is an absolute mess. Like, I'm I need to clean up, like, desperately. Um, so yeah, that is life. Normally I'm not gonna say it never is a mess, but I don't like being in a messy space. Like I want my space to be at least somewhat tidy. Like it's I find it really distracting if my place is messy. Um so yeah, but that's what I'm gonna do. But I am gonna end the vlog here. I hope that I will have more next week. If not, then I'll merge two vlogs together again. Oh, I do have something. Wait. I got some book mail today. I'd ordered two books for a project. You will have, well, part one will be up by the time you see this video, so I can tell you about it. Um, and that is that I want to read all the books that were recommended to me for my birthday. And so I still needed two books that I couldn't get from the library, and that is A Natural History of Dragons and The Mask of Mirrors, and they have arrived, and I'm so happy, especially The Mask of Mirrors. I'm so excited, and this edition is so floppy, like look at it's really floppy, and I like it. I love it. I don't love the glossy cover, but other than that, I love it. So yeah, I think I'm gonna enjoy both of these. Um, but so yeah, I got these. I also just finished editing that part one, um, which it is so long. It's like movie length. So I hope you enjoyed that. Take a break in between. Um, but yeah, I'm really happy with it. Um, yeah, that is the vlog, I guess. I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you later when my life is hopefully less of a mess and like my the video itself won't be less of a mess because my sincere apologies for the camera work in the previous clip. It was really hard to like hold the camera, well, my phone, which is my camera, with one hand and then like stir with the other one. Um, but so yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you again in the video. Bye.